Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sean or Moostang09 bringing you a fresh new video today. Today, we are going to do another installment of Life Lessons with Moostang, and we are going to be talking about our driver's license. That's right. So we're going to go through and discuss what exactly a driver's license is. And I know you guys know a driver's license lets you drive your car, but to me and car guys like us, a driver's license is more than just something to let us drive a vehicle. And so we're going to dive a little deeper into that, discuss that, and then I look forward to reading your comments down below and letting me know what you guys think a driver's license really is and what it's done for you guys in your life. So let's get this thing started, and I'm going to hit the road, and we will talk about our driver's license. So, like I said before, it's pretty obvious what a driver's license is. It lets you get behind the wheel of a vehicle and drive it legally. But for me, a driver's license meant something totally different. I got mine right when I turned 16. It was a big deal. It was a big goal of mine, was for when I hit my 16th birthday, I was able to drive a car. And I made sure that I had a job and was saving money and was able to get a car, and my parents helped me out, and very thankful for that. And my first car was a Moostang. So yeah, a driver's license. For me, I grew up in a family of 7 kids. So we grew up in a kind of a smaller house with 7 children. We actually converted our garage into a bedroom, and that housed 4 boys. We had 2 sets of bunk beds in there. And so just being in a house full of people all through growing up meant one thing. We were all cramped, we were all together, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining whatsoever. I'm very thankful for what my parents did for me and all that. But yeah, so when I turned 16, I got this little piece of plastic that had my picture on it, my address, and an ID number, and I was like, this is it. This is the key. This is the token. This is my golden ticket, as in Willy Wonka. This is my way to get out of the house, get out on the road, and be able to experience life, you know, and go create memories and friends. And little did I know I was going to be so addicted to cars as much as I am. Well, I guess you could say I knew I was going to be, because Fast and Furious came out just like a year or so before I got my license. I was thinking, what should I get as a first car, blah, blah, blah. What should I really get? Well, I think I want a bright green Eclipse, kind of like Paul Walker had. Thankfully, it's not what I got. I did get a Mustang, no hating on the Eclipse, but this Mustang thing that I have going on in my life has been a huge blessing, and it's been really cool to meet other people throughout the Mustangs. Once I went to the DMV and got my driver's license, that was my way out. That was my open road right there. You can ask my parents. Once I turned 16 and I got my driver's license, I was out of the house. I was either at school, at work, or I was driving in my car. And I can clearly remember the first summer I had when I had my driver's license. If you guys have a birthday around September, then you know that you're the older one typically in your age group at school. So I had my driver's license, I think it was sophomore year. So I was one of the first kids that I hung out with that got a car. And the first summer that I was able to drive, all I would do was I would go to work, and I worked for my dad doing construction, and so I would really just clean up jobs, and I finally was able to load sheetrock and all that and carry all that. So it was a very hard job. I'm very grateful for it, because it gave me the money I needed to put gas in my tank and drive my friends everywhere. I would go to work, earn my money, and I think I was earning a couple $100 a week, maybe $300 a week, and I was working full time. I was working sun up to probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So it was pretty early, pretty late days, and I would spend every penny I earned from that check hanging out with friends in my car. I would spend it on gas. I would say 80% of it was gas. And none of my friends were old enough to drive to work, so they didn't really have jobs. Their parents kind of gave them some money. So I was just the guy that was like, oh, I love driving. You can hop in with me. We'll go hit the road. We can go wherever. And so we became very familiar with the dollar menu at either McDonald's or Taco Bueno. Taco Bueno was a big spot for us because you could get a party combo and you get all these party burritos and stuff. And so we would do all that. And it was all about saving money on food so we could have more money to buy gas to go drive, because that's what we loved to do. We just loved being in the car, being able to go head to the mall and hang out and walk around and be little heathens, do what 16-year-olds do, I guess, when you get licenses and you can actually be out on the road. We put a spare tire on my car and absolutely smoked that thing out, and we were just having fun, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. If I could have saved some money and bought more parts for the car or whatever. I mean, it was a V6 Mustang. It was a 2000 model. There wasn't much you could do. I mean, I bought an eBay cold air intake because that's what you do when you're 16. You get your feet wet, you save up some money, you go on the internet and you say, I want a cold air intake, or first off, you say, what are people doing to their car? And obviously they're doing whatever they think is working to make it faster. Getting my license led to this whole thing of being independent and going out on my own and being responsible. It's not just you get this thing and you can go do whatever you want. And I learned that pretty fast. I got a ticket early on and I had to pay for that ticket. And it was a speeding ticket. Believe it or not, you can go fast in a V6 Mustang. You can go fast enough to break the law and have to pay a hefty fine. And so not only was it a freedom, was it a way of expression for me and being able to mod a car. I put wheels on it. It had exhaust already. I put stereo in it. I did some interior stuff. You know, just the stuff you would do on your first car. You go to AutoZone and you buy some plastic paint and you paint the plastics inside. And that was cool. And that's what everybody did. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And it's all because I had a driver's license. And these are all memories and experiences and things that I'll never forget. Hanging out with friends late at night, installing footwell LEDs. That's before the cars came with it. That we were doing this. We would buy these computer LED bars and we would wire them into our cigarette lighter just to get power. And that's what we were doing. I mean, and that's where the whole car thing started. I still talk to guys that I talked to when I first got my first car. We're still buds because we're car guys. I have all that to thank because of a driver's license, a piece of plastic. I know I have a younger crowd following my page. I know not all of you guys are younger, so a lot of you guys can experience the same thing I am. And for the younger guys that don't quite have your driver's license yet, this is what you have to look forward to, is learning all of these things and hanging out with people and meeting cool people and going to events and just seeing what each other is doing to their car and how we modify it. If you got any cool stories about when you first got your driver's license, if you did anything silly in your car, if you wrecked your first car, let me know. I want to hear that down below. One real quick one was in high school. It snowed, and we never get snow in Texas, and so there was actual snow on the ground, and I went to the local junior high parking lot and I did donuts. And so I'm spinning around doing these donuts, and I look up, I'm spinning, and I come to a stop, and I look up, and right when I look up, there's a police officer standing right in front of me, or sitting in his car right in front of me. He's got his lights on, and he points at me and tells me to come here. And he goes, "Son?" I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Does your dad know you're out here doing this?" I said, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Go do it somewhere else." So thankfully I didn't get in trouble, and it turns out to be a really cool story. And that is true. All of that is very true. If you guys have any funny stories or really cool life experiences about going through and getting your own driver's license, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. I always read them. I read every single comment. I reply to most of them. And I look forward to seeing that. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button. I really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around. I do more kinds of videos than just vlogs and talking to a camera. I do car reviews. I review car meets and cruises and things like that. And this train behind me is super loud. So I'm going to let you guys go. It's been Sean, or Moostang 09, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.